The member for Hindmarsh has the call.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Health. I refer the Minister to this article in the Adelaide Advertiser, raising concerns about the Noarlunga GP Super Clinic, labelling it a white elephant. How have the ongoing issues at the Noarlunga GP Super Clinic affected the delivery of health services in South Australia?
I call the Honourable Minister for Health. The member for Kingston will desist.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Well, there's a lot of internal reflection going on in the Labor Party at the moment, and I think it's important to remind Australians about some of the achievements of Labor when they were in government. In the Rudd-Gillard years, there's a lot of talk about backstabbing Bill and all of the players in the Rudd-Gillard-Rudd arrangement, and I think we should talk about some of the achievements, Madam Speaker, of the Labor Party when they were in government.
Resume your seat. The Minister for Health will kindly refer to people by their correct titles. Minister for Health has the call.
So, Madam Speaker, I can say to the House that the Labor Party promised 64 so-called super clinics.
There will be silence on my left. The Leader of Opposition Business will resume himself. You would assist the House if you withdraw.
Madam Speaker, I didn't hear your request. Happy to withdraw. Now, Madam Speaker, the Labor Party promised 64 so-called super clinics in 2007. Now, the great achievement of Labor was that they were able to deliver 33 of those in a 6-year period. Now, that is not bad, considering the Treasurer outlining the fact that billions of dollars become a rounding error for Labor when they're in government. They rack up an enormous amount of debt. Now, just for those people who don't understand the GP Super Clinic program, what they did was they borrowed $650 million from overseas to spend on super clinics to compete with doctors who had already put their own money into those clinics. So some of those doctors were driven from business. Now, the member for Kingston has been up here at the dispatch box today. She's been sliced and diced, waving her wet lettuce, sliced and diced by the Minister for Education, continues to come up, gets knocked down each time. But she has been a great champion of this super clinic, and let me tell you some of the outcomes of this super clinic.
The Minister will resume his seat. The member for Ballarat on a point of order.
Yes, on relevance. Perhaps the Minister might also like to explain why he's getting set up.
The member will resume her seat. The Minister has the call.
So thank you, Madam Speaker. Now let's talk about the successes of Labor when they were in government, not just failures in education, not just failures in terms of the management of the economy, but they wasted $650 million on this program. This particular surgery cost $50 million. Sorry, $25 million for 50 rooms, right? It cost $2 million a room. $2 million a room for a bed in a tertiary hospital. In a tertiary hospital costs $1 million. So just to put it into perspective, now what would you expect for 50 rooms? I mean, how many GPs would you expect in a? Would you expect 50?
And the member for Kingston will
20,
desist.
30, 40. I mean, you know, Labor's numbers and predictions jumped all over the place. But I'll tell you how many GPs are in that clinic today. 0.
The member for
Not one. Only the Labor Party could borrow money to set up a clinic in competition to another doctor's practice and find that they open it at a cost of $25 million and not one doctor. Not one doctor. Labor were a failure when they were in government. They are a failure in opposition. They should never be allowed to return to this side of the parliament.